Hello my dear students, I heartily welcome you all in this session, subject science and class 7 standard. Dear students, in last class we have discussed about photosynthesis. In this class, we'll discuss about synthesis of plant food other than carbohydrates. As we all know that through the process of photosynthesis, plant produces carbohydrates plus oxygen. So carbohydrates they'll take as a food during the process of photosynthesis. The carbohydrates are made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Yes, carbohydrates are made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. These are used to synthesize other components of food such as proteins and fats. These components, these carbon, hydrogen and oxygen are used to synthesize other components such as proteins and vitamins. So in the synthesis of proteins and vitamins also these components will use. So proteins are nitrogenous substance. So which contain nitrogen? The proteins contain nitrogen. Is it? So our question is, from where do plants obtain nitrogen? From where do the plants obtain nitrogen? Is it? Here is the answer. You just recall that nitrogen is present abundance in gaseous form in the air. So nitrogen is present in air. Yes. However, plants cannot absorb nitrogen in this form, in the gaseous form which present in air, which present in atmosphere. So soil has a certain bacteria which converts gaseous nitrogen into usable form and release it into the soil. This bacteria released nitrogen is there. So that nitrogen are absorbed by the plants along with the water. Yes, so you might have seen that many farmers add nitrogen to the soil. Why? As a fertilizer, nitrogen as a fertilizer farmers are adding to the soil. So in this way what happen? In this way plant fulfill their requirement of nitrogen along with other constituents. So plants can then synthesize protein and vitamins. In this process plants are synthesize proteins and vitamins. Next point, other modes of nutrition in plants. My dear students, there are some plants which do not have chlorophyll. Like if plants are green in color, because of there is a green color pigment which called as chlorophyll present in the leaves. So they are green in color. You might have seen other plants, as last class I have discussed, many different leaves which have different colors. So they cannot synthesize food. Then how do they survive from? Where do they derive nutrition? Yes, so like human and animals, such plants depend on the food produced by the plants. It is called as heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So they are depending upon other plants or animals, such called as heterogeneous mode of nutrition. You might have seen a yellow wiry branched structure twinning around the stem and branches of a tree. Here I am going to show you one pic. Observe this picture. You might have seen a yellow wiry branches of the structure here. These wiry branches of structure twinning around the stem and branches of a tree. Yes. So this plant is called Cuscuta plant. Yes, Amenable. It does not have chlorophyll. It takes ready-made food from the plant on which it is climbing. This tree on which it is climbing. So it takes nutrition from this plant. So the plant on which it climbs is called as host. So this Cuscuta plant is climbed on this tree. This tree is called as host. Since it describes the host of valuable nutrients, Cuscuta is called the parasite. So, Cuscuta plant is called as a parasite. So, are we and other animals also kind of parasites? Is it so? First we will know about what are parasites. See here, a parasite is an organism that lives on or in a host organism and gets its food from or at the expense of its host. My dear students, the organisms which live on other animals' body for the food, that which they are depend, they are called as host. The plant on which it climbs is called as the host. So, those are called as parasites. It is very important. Understand? Example, Cuscuta plant, tapeworms, fleas. Is it mosquito also? Mosquito feed blood on a human or animal body. It is also parasite. Understand? Parasite. Next point is insectivorous plants. Yes, my dear students, you have heard, it is very amazing and also interesting. There are few plants which can trap insects and digest them. They'll eat insects. Such plants may green or of some other color. Here one plant I am going to show you. Observe it. This plant is called as pitcher plant. It has pitcher like or jug like modified part of a leaf. These are actually leaf. It is a modified part of a leaf. The apex of the leaf forms a lid which can open and close the mouth of the pitcher. Inside the pitcher there are hairs which entangle the trapped insect. Is it? The insect will sit on it. Yes. The lid closes and insect is trapped. The insect is killed by juices secreted in the pitcher and its nutrients are absorbed. Such insect-eating plants are called as insectivorous. So, the insect which sit on this lid, so it stucks. There is a juice gel like one liquid will be there, that those insect will sit on that. It stucks its legs, insect legs. So it will go inside. Then it closes its mouth. So inside the insect is killed by the juices secreted in the pitcher plant and nutrients absorbed. So such insect-eating plants are called as insectivorous. Insect-eating plants are called as insectivorous. Example, pitcher plant, sundew and butterwort plant. So, is it possible that such plants do not get required nutrients from soil in which they grow? Yes, they are not getting, so they will eat insects. Understand, my dear students? Today's section has completed. Today's homework. From where do the plants obtain nitrogen? What are the carbohydrates made up of? How do plants synthesize proteins and vitamins? What is heterotrophic mode of nutrition? What are parasites? What are insectivorous plants? Give 2 examples. Thank you.